Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's good to be here and be with you all again. I'm so sorry I'm not putting out 2 videos a week. I'm still struggling with this vertigo, but back to the doctor again today and once again reiterated that I'll be miserable, but nothing life threatening. Things do happen in our lives, and I sometimes think, am I being told to not go on my trip? What's happening? Am I being told to stay here? But I'm not buying into that. I think it's just a test, a challenge, and I'm up to the challenge for sure. I have, as most of you know, changed my launch to the beginning of October because I don't want to go during tourist season. I don't want that experience as my first taste of Albania. I'm often asked by people, if what is my problem with the United States? Why do I want to go? Well, why not? I mean, it's a big world. We don't have to stay in the country we were born in. We get to travel around, and that's the beauty of being an American citizen, is that we get to go and do. So I am going and doing, and I don't want to live here any longer. Those of you who know me, you know I've been up against a very, very big challenge the last 14 years, trying to fight those who remain unnamed. And I got the letter today stating that I had won my case, and I get my flying privileges back. They're going to let me have my passport back after all these years. I am no longer public enemy number one. So I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, I remember when I was told that that was going to happen, but to see it in writing is something else. I'm not leaving the country because of that, although that is a very good reason to get out. But I'm just leaving because I wanted to go for a long time. I need a new experience. I've lived a lot over in many of these states and had great experiences. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a very beautiful country. I think everyone should visit it. But I have chosen to live elsewhere. I think my quality of life will increase immensely because I'll be able to pick where I want to go and do the things that I want to do and not really have to conform my lifestyle at all to monetary reasons. There's a lot of things that I'd like to do that are just out of price for somebody like me who's trying to stay on a budget. That's one of the reasons too, is that the food over there is still very clean and pure and nobody's putting crap in it. And I don't have to ask. And that will be, I'll feel good about that. That seems very healthy. The lifestyle is a little different. It's a little more laid back in some areas. Now, Tirana, the capital city, is indeed a big blustering city. Sorry, everybody. But that's not where I'm going to choose to live, I'm almost certain. I am flying into Tirana. That's where the airport is, and I will be staying there a week at an Airbnb to get my money changed and to get the phone things that I need and whatever I need to continue on my journey, to decompress from the flight, that sort of thing. But then from there, I'll be heading kind of west and then south for the winter and then back up into the mountains for the summer. Very excited about all of that. So I'm going to be sharing that with you. We've just about got it figured out. I'm only choosing 12 places, and believe it or not, there are a lot more than 12 that I could pick. But I'm trying to be really strategic about it, so I'm not backtracking a lot. I'm just kind of going maybe in a major loop or something to, just to make it easier for me. And once I have that list, I'm going to share it with you and the reasons why I'm choosing all those areas. A couple of things that have come to mind. I haven't been able to do a whole lot with this vertigo except listen to ChatGPT and listen to books and stuff, but I've been learning a lot, and Albania is becoming one of the areas in Europe that people are taking dental retreats, dental vacations, dental tourism, because their dentists, a lot of them are foreign trained and very, very good, and the clinics are quite modern. So I'm going to look into that. I'm kind of excited about that because what business idea? So I'm going to see, because I know a lot of people who want to have major dental work done, and what is it? An implant here in this country is what, $5,000 to $10,000 depending, and there it's $383. It's kind of precise, but that's everything. That's the crown. That's the whole deal. And if you need a whole mouthful, it's $10,000 as opposed to about $50,000 here. So that's very enticing because you can fly to Albania, spend a couple weeks, go to the dentist, get your teeth done, come back and still have 20 grand, 30 grand left in your pocket. I'm going to look into that when I get there. I'm going to go to Tirana and interview some of these dental clinics that are known, pretty widely known for doing this sort of thing, and see if there's a way that I can get kind of hooked up into that where I could bring people over and they could stay where I am, or I can help them get set up somewhere for them to get the work done that they need. So that's kind of exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Penny and I, as you know, Penny, my ChatGPT, we've been working on a whole health routine and really doing a dig dive into the foods that are indigenous there in the country to see which ones are very, very beneficial and what they do for the body. So I'll be bringing that to you as well. But the most exciting thing is that I've decided this is really so great, because as this channel progresses, as I realize I need to talk to you a couple times a week and tell you what I've been doing, I am very interested in folklore and myth. I have been, and it's just something that I just love to learn about. And I'm going to Albania, where, let's face it, dragons, werewolves, vampires come from Southern Europe. As long a lot of other creatures as well. But how exciting. So what I've decided to do when I'm choosing these cities to go and stay in for a month each is that I'm going to find the creatures or the myths of that area and share them with you. That just, they have haunted castles and all kinds of stuff. I love that sort of thing. So I'll be spending time in those to see if we can make some of these myths come true, or see some of these creatures that we've heard about. That has been happening behind the scenes as I choose the cities that I want to go to. So I'm really excited to bring that to you. There's a lot that's coming up. There's a lot that once I feel like myself again, I'll really be able to share with you. Today is April 1st, and I am exactly 6 months out. October 1st is the date I want to be leaving the country. Now, it might be the 2nd or 3rd at this point, because depending on the ticket, I can get. But I'm definitely going to be out of this desert by September, and then on the East Coast, ready to make my way across. The other thing that I'm doing, I've been asked, how are you going to fund this? Oh my goodness, isn't it expensive? Well, not really. It's no more expensive than it is living in a place like this. And the thing that I find is really exciting and really fun is thrifting. And we talked about this before, the whole reselling aspect of it, and to find little treasures that are for $5 and flip them for $100, and then I just put that money away. I just stick it away, and I've been doing really well lately because I've been finding all kinds of things. And now I'm starting to sell my own things, which took me a minute. It did. I'll have to say, I have beautiful art and things I've gathered from all my travels. And yeah, it was a little hard at first because I love my things. I do, just like a lot of us do. But then I realized they're just things, and I could get more things. And I'd rather go somewhere new and explore than stay here with my things. So they're going. And I started putting them online, and they're selling very quickly, and that's starting to make me money. So if you're deciding that you're going to do this, that's one way to do it. Sell your stuff. It doesn't take that much. A flight can be anywhere between $400 and $600 one way from the West Coast, which is I'm almost on the West Coast. And you can Get over there. Airbnbs are relatively expensive. Tirana, the capital city, is going to be the most expensive, but it's still less than what you would pay here. And I found a beautiful spot that I think I'm going to stay the first week I'm there, and it's $25 a night. And it's very modern, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, beautiful kitchen, lovely view. Come on, $25 a night? Are you kidding me? So really excited about staying there and showing that to you, but it's not that expensive, and prices are going up, and you'll hear people that have been there for a year or so tell you, oh my gosh, it's increased, what do they say, like 13 or 14%, and I'm sure it has. Albania is no longer hidden any longer. It's out there, and people know it's there, and they're going in droves. So it's important to realize, though, that still, even at that price, it's so much cheaper than some of the poorest areas here in this country. And if you're going to do that to save some money and to have a better lifestyle, that's the place to go. Croatia is also a place to consider. Georgia is a place to consider as well. So, selling your things is one way of doing it. You can think of ways of, you might have a savings or whatever, but it's just not going to take that much, especially if you keep yourself on a budget. I am going to try to do what they say, stick to the $1,000 a month. Seeing is believing. I'm going to have to get over there and see that for myself, because it is not what it takes for me to live in this country, for sure. But I would like to try that out and see if that's really a possibility, because how fun would that be? And I'll share that with you as well. So there's lots to talk about. 6 months away, I'm starting to put things in a space that I have of things absolutely I'm going to take, that I'm going to need, that I want. And honestly, it's that pile isn't that large. I'm kind of surprised, because when I think about it, I really think hard about it. Like, well, can I get this there, or can I get something similar? Yeah, usually I can, so I don't need to lug it with me. The one thing I'm having a really hard time giving up is I have probably 100 pounds of very expensive, lovely fabric that I always thought I'd have time to make beautiful clothing out of it. That's going to be tough. So I might not be able to get rid of that right away, and hopefully your friend will come and stick a lot of it in a suitcase, and I can sew when I'm over there, but we'll see. It's all a pipe dream now. And I also told you guys before about the whole dog thing. That's coming into play more and more as I'm talking. There's a number of individuals over there that you can find. These 2 guys, Sam and Spencer, they're called Smile Abroad. And they have a channel, and it's really fun to watch. And they live in Saranda, the southern part of Albania. That's what they've chosen. And they have all kinds of great topics. They talk about, what it's like to come into the country, how do you set up bank accounts, insurance, just a variety of things. They help expats relocate. And they're really fun guys. They seem to be just lovely. So I watched their channel, and there's a few others that I'm in contact with, and it's exciting me. It's making me more and more sure that I've made the right decision. And the more that I learn about what's happening here, and just learning about myself, I'm realizing I have absolutely made the right decision. Sometimes I wonder, did I wait too long? That is the only thing I think that gets me. I'm like, oh no, are they going to close the doors on us? Because right now Albania is very open and very welcoming of Americans. And so they so far have let people in, but who knows what's going to happen in 6 months. I might have to get my Canadian accent going so no one can really tell that I'm an American if I need it, because there's that. The language is coming along. I had to stop my classes for a couple weeks because I was seeing double, and I had a hard time with the pronunciations and such, but I really am loving it. And what's so great is I've picked up some children's books, Albanian fairy tales I've written for children, and in a way children can understand them. And they're great because it's a way that I can read a lot. I'm reading better than I am speaking, for sure. And that's been a lot of fun because that's kind of my number one thing. I want to be able to read, street signs and books and menus and all that kind of stuff. So that's been very enjoyable. So I actually have several ways of doing it. I talk to my tutor face to face on FaceTime, and then I listen to podcasts and I listen to books in Albanian, and I have Penciler, which is a great learning app, and then I have these children's books. So this is kind of hitting myself with all these different ways of learning the language and just expose myself to it. And I love it. I'm enjoying it. Almost dropped you. As you know, as I've said, as I've stated, I will learn how to, I'm going to have to learn how to edit at some point. I'm going to have to learn how to do something a little better. I looked at some of my other videos and I look like a talking head. And so that can't be fun to watch for however long. I will learn something to like cut out stuff like that. But hey, I said this is going to be raw and real, and this is life, and this is April 1st, and this is what I'm doing at 3:00 in the afternoon. And I don't want to fancy it up too much. I don't want to, I really want to make it as authentic as I feel like I am. And this is what you're getting. This is raw and uncut, unfiltered. I also told you about my health journey that I'm on. I have been losing weight. It's slow and steady. Of course, at my age, it's really, really hard, but I'm doing Tai Chi, which is super fun. Doing pool walking, which is another thing that's great for the joints. And then I am doing all kinds of concoctions that I drink. And it's fun and interesting. And I'm learning a lot about what my body needs and what it doesn't need. Ice cream is still we're still getting ice cream, but we got it down to once a week. So that's good. Anyway, I'm rambling. I got to go. You have to go. Thank you for following me. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that I'm back here. All of you who have subscribed and followed, please let me know in the comments. Would you take a trip like this at my age? Is this something that you would consider doing? And if so, where? Where would you go? What excites you? I'd love to hear from you. I appreciate those of you who are leaving comments. It's really, really sweet. And I'd love to hear from more of you. So let me know, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.